I've been watching. So I don't want to talk too loud. There's a number of people around me. I've been watching some of these police videos. I was watching the hillbilly heroin. About drugs in the Appalachian. Am I going to pronounce that correctly? Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian, right? Never can pronounce that. But it's southeastern Kentucky. I worked for the sheriff's department in southeastern Kentucky. I dispatched. And it was nothing like what you see on these so-called television videos. I mean, I don't know, some stuff happens, but, of course, they edited it down for the 45 minutes. But, I've seen people with warrants. The warrants never get served. I've actually witnessed sheriff would jump on the deputies because I worked a dispatch room, and they would congregate in the dispatch room. And I've witnessed the sheriff would open up the file cabinet. It'd be a whole drawer of warrants. And he actually had to jump on them to get them to serve them. And you could say he was partially a lazy police department. Partially, well, it's mountain people. They're good people, but it ain't nothing like I've been watching. No, every now and then you hear, if you call it excitement, every now and then you hear a little bit of excitement. But that's why I made the video about the long arms of the law. In some areas, it's very true. They do have long arms. In some areas, it's not true at all. I mean, I know of people that grows dope down in those mountains in southeast Kentucky. I know people's got warrants on them that's never been served. So it's not. Don't believe everything you see or hear on video. I don't care what TV net. I don't care if it's coming from a satellite cable. Yeah, I worked for the sheriff's department. Like I said, I was dispatch. Every now and then they get busy. I'd say 50% of the time is true boredom. To me, it's not really the real world. There's a camera in front of their face, so they can put on their best show. I don't know, when you've worked it and you've seen it, and you see these videos. Now I'm sure in some areas in Kentucky it's probably pretty busy, but I was in McCreary. My mom and dad lives in McCreary County, southeast Kentucky, about 216 miles south of Cincinnati. Actually, 216 miles south of here, Goshen, Loveland. Not that far. But the law enforcement is just different down there. I think they hype up the videos a little bit, but when I worked it was nothing like what I saw in videos. The only thing that really happened was the state trooper. I dispatched for 2 state police. One of them caught some guy. I forget what he committed a felony. And he was hitting 100 miles an hour. Finally got him stopped and had to wrestle him. The guy resisted arrest, and the state trooper ended up breaking his thumb. He had to take about a 2-week vacation or a 2-week leave. But that's the only thing. As far as big drug busts, nothing like it ever happened. Just mainly traffic stops. There is no what you would call big, just like what you see on these videos. There's a few arrests, but 80% of the people, when they did go serve a warrant, they couldn't find them. They wouldn't home. Somebody leaked. Somebody leaked and sent the laws after you, and they couldn't find them. That happened quite often. Or somebody, they're hill people. They all work together. It's just that. I don't know. Some areas it might be like the video, but in McCreary County, Kentucky, southeast Kentucky, when I worked for the sheriff's department, it was nothing like I see in the video. So, do I think some of the police videos is hyped up? Yes. Maybe in some counties it's real. But McCreary County, Kentucky, when I worked for the sheriff's department, it was nothing like I see in these videos. Of course, they added it down to 45 minutes. At 45 minutes might be over 6 months. They added it all down, but they make it look like there's a drug bust at every stop. It's nothing like that. Nothing. Now, I would be saying this if I hadn't experience working with the police. It was nothing like that at all. Like I said, 50% of the time is nothing but pure boredom. Especially, I used to work third shift a lot. It was just boredom. And like I said before, the Andy Griffith Show, more professional. Of course, the sheriff's department I worked for they had more than one Barney Fife. They had 3 or 4 deputies, but even at that, you take a county that's got 15,000. 3 or 4 deputies and sheriff, state police is still not enough to cover a whole county. No, they didn't have enough manpower. But the police videos were interesting. It's just that that's not what I experienced when I worked for them. No, not hardly.